Thrustmaster has decided to release another wheel, the Thrustmaster T-GT2. Another belt drive wheel, been announced after the CSL-DD. Right, let's take a look, shall we? So, we have the plethora of range from Thrustmaster at the moment, and the recently announced T-GT2, as you can see here from the press release earlier today. Thrustmaster is thrilled to unveil the T-GT2, again officially licensed for the PlayStation 5 console. This harks back to the day of the T500 coming out and the GT logo in the T300 RS servo base or GT base. I'm not really sure, I can't quite remember. So this is continuing that sort of trend, as it were. Thurstmaster has always been that go-to, sort of the middle brand of sim racing, going from the more basic entry stuff of the Logitech G27, 29, 923, whatever, to the TX, T300, D150. God, so many numbers to remember. And now we have the T-GT2, which apparently has been reworked. So what sort of changes have they made? Well, they've got this thing called real-time drift curve calculation, thereby maintaining the responsiveness of both the wheel and the car in-game under all circumstances. Don't wheels already do that? I'm not sure what added value-ness you're getting from it. Following on by real-time force feedback. Usually belt-driven wheels are quite responsive anyway. I mean, it's not like they have that dead zone or that momentary pause compared to a geared wheel such as the Logitech series or the hybrid gear and belt of the 150. Obviously it's not as responsive as a direct drive wheel that we've seen from the Funatek range or the Sim Racing Solutions or AccuForce or whatever. But real-time force feedback? I mean, how instant is instant, really? Obviously this wheel has come about probably because they already decided to release an upgraded version of the T-GT. You know, this is supposed to be the flagship wheel for the consumer market, and Fanatec came along the other week and completely obliterated the competition. So Thrustmaster has put all this research and development into improving this using automotive electronics, supposedly, for more durability, which has always been a little bit of an issue with Thrustmaster wheels of the past. But it just seems like they're slightly outgunned. It's kind of like bringing in a knife to a gunfight, or Blockbuster, showing my age here, Blockbuster are trying to reduce the cost of hiring videos because the internet Netflix has taken over. This could very well be a bit of a last hurrah for the belt-driven wheels. I don't think so. I think Thrustmaster are still going to carry on with belt-driven wheels at least for the next few years. But what surprises me about this wheel is the cost of it. So we look down to the bottom here. For just the base alone, that's just for all this gubbins here, not the quite nice but quite small wheel, retails at about £400 sterling, $500, and €450 to be released later this year. 600 quid for the servo for the base and the wheel, up to $700, and then somewhere between £700, $800 for the servo, wheel, and the pedals, which are not even the TLCM pedals. You can spend £700 on wheel pedal set that doesn't have a load cell. That's ridiculous. If it said the servo base okay, the T-GT2 Servo base and that Gran Turismo style wheel with the TLCM, I could see people being inclined to maybe jump in on that. But for the basic, this wheel set here, I mean, they look relatively nice, but they're all made from plastic apart from the metal plates. There's no low cell. It's got the conical brake mod. It's got this turbo power pack thing to give enough juice for it. But for £700, it's kind of laughable, really. I mean, yes, equivalent Fanatec CSL with the DD, you're probably looking at the same figure thereabouts, maybe slightly more. But at least then you get the low cell pedal of the CSL Elite, if you get the low cell add-on. You get a direct drive wheel, probably at 5 Newton meters rather than the 8. And you get a plethora of Fanatec wheels at an affordable price. I'm not sure if this is going to nab the sim racing cohort. I don't think it's going to. But who is it going to nab? Who, as a sim racing fan, a gamer, is going to look at the T-GT, look at this press release and go, yes, that's the wheel I want? It's probably going to go to those casual sim racers, casual motorsport fans who are a bit affluent and don't mind spending 700 quid for what is essentially a toy. It is, quite a nice toy, but it's still at the end of the day a toy. We can kid ourselves about it as much as we would like. But it's going to be purchased by someone who's got a bit of cash, probably drives a BMW, probably got a couple of kids who want to play, the Gran Turismo with the best stuff and on their PlayStation 5. So they're going to buy this wheel because Thrustmaster are the sponsors of Gran Turismo. They're probably the wheel that's going to be provided for the Virtual Olympic Series as well. So this wheel-based pedal set is going to go for those people. I'm not sure the hardcore sim racer is going to look at this and go, I want that wheelbase and pedals. Because the wheel itself is only 28 centimeters across. And even for me, 30 centimeters, I'm used now to the Sparco 33 centimeter wheel from Thrustmaster. Even if I jump down to, this one at 30 centimeters, it still feels kind of small to me. Never mind dropping down to something of this sort of size. Again, the materials are a lot nicer. But I don't know who this wheel is for. Must be the affluent crowd. I don't see any serious sim racer looking at this wheel going, yes, this is mine. And the technology they're pumping into it, it'd be great to have this sort of premium product, let's say, for the PlayStation 5 consumer base. That is the highest selling console which does sim racing. Well, a variation of sim racing. I won't get into that argument. So it's nice to see they're pumping money into that way. But I think more so, this was a wheel that was already researched and developed. Fanatec came along and went, hey, Thrustmaster, we're blowing you out the water now. Here's our CSL DD. Bye bye, have a good day. We're taking it on from here. And this is a rather feebled response. If you look on the Facebook page from Thrustmaster, most of the comments have been lambasting it for not having TLCM pedals or not having a decent sized steering wheel, or for it being belt driven. Now I think Thrustmaster will stay belt driven for a couple of years yet while they develop the direct drive aspect, but it seems a bit like a white elephant in sim racing. Considering the rest of the range is still pretty good, the TSXW or the TSPC Racer, you can still buy the servo base, and I don't think there's much improvement from the T-GT servo base from this one. The haptic feedback if you want vibrations in your steering column. Made do it for you. But even the old T-GT wasn't that much of a stretch from the TSXW. So again, that brings me back to the question, who is this wheel for? I don't know. I don't know. I think this is going to be one of those white elephants to sim racing. One of those last hurrahs, as it were, for the belt-driven wheel. It'll still sell quite well for the APFA and crowd, and with the Gran Turismo sponsor, etc. But I don't know. It just seemed a bit anticlimactic after what Fanatec was able to demonstrate with the CSL DD of both 5 and 8 Newton power settings. Anyway, but my thoughts on it: nice to have a new base, kind of a bit weak compared to the Fanatec. I have a TX base at the moment. If I was going to upgrade, I would like to stay in the Thrustmaster ecosystem, but I don't think this wheelbase is the one for me to do that. You know, I'll only upgrade the TX once it dies, or if I find a TSPC Racer or TXXW, whatever it is, relatively cheap second hand. Otherwise, I'm looking to jump ship to Fanatec in the future. Anyway, that's my point of view on it. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Let me know whether you like, dislike it. It just seems a bit weird. It's kind of like an iPhone 10 compared to the iPhone 9 or 8 or 7, just slightly better but still overpriced. Anyway, we shall see. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a like. If you didn't, leave a dislike. You're your own person. You can do what you want. And I'll come out with more videos in the future. Thanks and have a good day.